You're perfect. You ain't too close. CliffBeats, no script, off the rip, but the one and only.
Your girl Karen.
Are we dropping the dancing queen?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, when you're feeling it. Someone got mad at me because they're like, he's forcing her to be the dancing queen. I was like, what the hell? I'm not making her do one. Look at this. You think I'm gonna tell a Latina what to do? I'm gonna get my ass. What? Are you biting air? Yes. She's already getting ready to bite me. All right, guys, do me a favor. She doesn't know Joey Diaz. Well, she knows who he is, like, because of his voice. She goes, oh, I've heard him before. I'm not a fan of his voice. That was honestly what you said, right? But she has not heard any stand-up comedy. What did you see him in, like a movie or something? Because he did do Hollywood stuff.
I have no idea, but it's just, you know, that you see a face and you know the voice.
He's got a very distinctive sound.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump right into this. This is Joey Diaz lying to mom at home on acid.
Maybe movies?
He was in The Longest Yard.
That's what it is, because that movie is hilarious and I love that. Lying to mom at home on acid. All right,
we're jumping into this.
Be hilarious.
Get your headphones, guys. I've already heard this. I did a reaction. I want to keep it lighthearted today. I think this is your headset, actually.
I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl.
Never meant to bring you to my world.
That's what this makes me think of.
Guys, go like, go subscribe. I will do my best. Now, look, YouTube censorship has gotten really ridiculous. We have to be very careful with cursing. Sorry, we have to spin some stuff back if it's a little bit too bad. It's the new policies, man. I don't want to do it, but they limit our age-restricted videos. And their policy says, they say that, you know, you can use this, your medium, to speak freely, but apparently you can't. Don't ask me, yell at YouTube. We love you guys. Stay safe. Go like, go subscribe to Joey Diaz. We already have. You know how it goes. Let's go. What should they do, baby?
Oh, hit that subscribe, please.
We would love to have you. Let's go.
Me and 4 other guys want to rip up 100 sheets of acid and listen to Led Zeppelin 2 and fucking see the devil. And we robbed a beer truck. We were snorting fucking crystal THC. We were going fucking deep into the murky waters.
Welcome to This Is Not Happening. I'm your host, Roy Wood Jr. This book was my idea. Let's leave the word.
I'm going to skip for copyright reasons.
His podcast for Joey
Coco.
The last time I saw you motherfuckers, I talked about getting thrown out of Catholic school and shit, and I beat up the nun, so I'm going to tell you what happened.
What?
I'm going to tell you what happened after that shit, right? So I got thrown out of Catholic school after the 5th grade year, so now I'm in the 6th grade, and I got to go back to this town called North Bergen, where I'm from in Jersey, and I got to go to a school named McKinley, and my mom was single now. My stepdad and her had broken up, so I lived the whole summer. My mom goes, listen, here's the fucking new rules at the house. I'm not fucking with you this year. I don't have time in the morning to wake up and make you breakfast. I don't have time to wash your fucking clothes. I'm running a business. I got 2 businesses, so you're on your own. The first time you fuck up, I'm putting you in military school in Miami with your cousins. You gotta salute people and run with a rifle and shit. And I'm like, fuck it, I promise you I won't fuck up. So the whole 6th grade year, I was by the book. I fucking did my own laundry, I made my own breakfast, and I would go to work in her bar in the afternoon. I would go to karate, I got A's. But then something fucked up happened in the 7th grade. I fell in love. I fell in love with the skinny chick, flat-chested, the whole fucking thing. But there was no sex involved. We were just dry humping like motherfuckers. We would go home every day and dry hump to death, like 2 album sides. Like that was the minimum. Like 2 album sides. I would fuck up a zipper every day. Like every day, I dry hump my way, either her past her zipper or my zipper. There was no tits, there was no fingering, there was nothing. It was just straight on fucking dry humping. I fell in love. I got fucking consumed by dry humping. I stopped going to karate. I stopped going to fucking basketball. I stopped doing homework. And then she told me in February that if it all works out, at the end of the summer, we're going to have sex. Who the fuck could focus when you're going to have sex the summer of your 7th grade? I was going to have fucking sex. I was fired up. And then in June, she goes, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to keep my virginity to the 8th grade. I'm like, fuck. So I by that time, I was getting D's. Like, I had just flunked out of fucking school, and I had to go to summer school. Like, the dry humping had overpowered me. So I had to go to summer school, and I couldn't even focus in summer school. I would go to one class, then go to a house, and we'd dry hump again. And I failed out of fucking summer school, and then we had to break up. So here I was, fucking heartbroken, and I got left back. So I got left back for being a dumb fuck. She dumped me, and now I got dick in the 7th grade. So I couldn't tell my mom, guys, that I got left back. Like I had this trust thing going on with my mom that I didn't break her balls and she didn't break mine. I was by the book, so if I told I got left back, all that shit would change, and she would be monitoring me and shit. So I never told her I got left back. And 3 months became 6 months, and 6 months became 9 months. I would forge every fucking report card. I had this girl that was tremendous with forging, and she'd get me B pluses and A's.
Think about forging in 7th and 8th grade.
And she changed the 7 to an 8, and I just kept doing it. And the first year went by. Then the 8th grade, she's like, when are you gonna graduate? And I'm like, this year. But fucking it snowed a ton that year. It was the year of snow. So we didn't have to graduate till January 30th, but I had already signed up for a basketball camp. So I'm like, there's no graduation. I'm going to a basketball camp and shit. So that was the end of that. So she didn't know. Freshman year, she had no fucking idea. Every letter that came home, I intercepted. Guys, I feel really bad about this. I feel fucking terrible about even saying this fucking story. I never fucking told her. Okay, and I knew she was not gonna find out. Like, I just had this fucking feeling inside of me that she was not gonna find out. So I went on with my life. I went to high school. My mom had a bad habit. My mom owned a bar. And every night at 3 in the morning, the bar closed in Jersey. And she would come home and she would bring me home like a BLT from the 4-star diner, or chicken chow mein from the New Moon Chinese restaurant or something, or a Cuban sandwich from Hernandez. And she had a bad habit. She'd wake me up at 3:30, 3:20 every fucking night. Jose Antonio, Jose Antonio. That's my slave name, Jose Antonio. You guys call me Joey. She called me Jose Antonio. That's my real name. And I would come down and she'd feed me, or she'd come up to my room, wake me up at 3:20, 3:30, and tell me about her day. And then she'd have her nightcap. She'd have like a Heineken or a vodka tonic. And while she was telling me about this motherfucker was a scumbag and this guy, fuck him, she would empty her bra from the cash, from the bookmaking operation and the number and the bar. And she would put the 50s with the 50s, the 20s, and she'd be telling me all this shit. And then at the end of the conversation, she'd go in her bra again, and she'd take out a little aluminum foil, and she'd do the last blast of coke of the day, and it was usually a little rock. And Cubans don't do it like you guys. Oh my God, I have this nail. Fuck no. They just take that rock and put it in their fucking nose, and just leave their finger in there till the coke rock melts and shit.
That's
and
true.
she would talk to me with a finger in her nose for like 4 minutes and shit. And then she'd tell me, I love you. You're gonna grow up to be somebody. And I'd fucking go, whatever, go to sleep. And so now it's sophomore year. She still doesn't know I got left back, right? So it's November. It's the second week of November, and it's New Jersey has like a school week where the teachers get together, so you only have school Monday and Wednesday. Big party week, bitches. Big party week. So Monday we're gonna get like light acid, maybe snort a couple lines of angel dust, and rob a case of beer, and then
You down? Stays there behind us.
not go to school Tuesday, but Wednesday was the big night. Me and 4 other guys were gonna rip up 100 sheets of acid and listen to Led Zeppelin 2 and fucking see the devil. And we robbed the beer truck. We were snorting fucking crystal THC. We were going fucking deep into the murky waters, right? So Monday I get a little fucked up, and Tuesday I'm playing with my buddies. Then Wednesday I go back to school, but Wednesday night we're on fire. We got to meet by Nick's Pizza, this little Greek guy that said he was Italian. He would make pizzas and shit. Nick was all right. You know, Nick was all right. He would always buy hot rings from us and shit, and I'd steal them back. He was a good dude, Nick. Then he'd look at me and he'd go, speak, I seen this ring before. And he would look at it and shit, because I would rob the ring from him when I went to the bathroom. Anyway, that's a different fucking story. So we had to meet by...
What I do like about him is he's raw. And you could tell because he's not looking for a punchline joke every time. He's telling you a story.
Yeah.
I really like this style of comedy.
I'm very invested.
You could tell he also is just telling his life events and then throwing in like I'm not sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I guarantee at some points he kind of strays away from like his routine and starts telling you little other things that he starts to remember probably during his thing. Like he just said, that's for a different story another day. You know what I'm saying? Like he started remembering all this shit and it hit him all at once.
I always wonder about comedians, like how much of it is off the top? Like, how much of it do you just kind of come up with in that moment because you're just that funny? And then how much of it is a whole routine that you kind of have memorized and is going to be the same at the next show? Like,
A lot of comedians, they do like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, so I'm supposed to be doing a set. I told you about that when my guy comes to Chicago. If you're watching, boss, you know who you are. I don't want to say any names. I'm supposed to be doing a set for 5. He wants me to do 5 minutes. I was like, I'll bomb for 5 minutes. I was just gonna look like Hiroshima up there, but I'll fucking do it. I don't care. But people get 5 minutes, and then people, you know, like big named artists, they try to work towards an hour of material. You know, and it takes like 3 or 4 years to even master that 1 hour of material. But what's cool, what's the best for me that I enjoy is watching hecklers get roasted when they try to interrupt, and then you see the comedian actually go off the cuff, and it's like, dude, they're so fucking quick-witted. So I enjoy that more. I don't know. It probably depends upon each artist.
And Nick's Pizzeria, and we went up there, and we had 100 hits of acid. But before I left that night, my mom called, and she goes, hey, man, I'm not feeling good, so I'll be home early. I'm like, yes. So then when she gets home that night, she didn't have the bar anymore, but she would still go to Roosevelt Track, and that ends at 12, so she would get home by 1. But this night she called me. She goes, I'm not going to Roosevelt tonight. I'm just going to go straight home because I'm not feeling well. I'm like, perfect. I get home by 2. I'm fucked up. Nobody wakes me up. Nobody breaks my balls in the middle of the night. I can trip freely because when you're tripping and your mom wakes up, that fucks up the whole trip right there. Like if you're tripping on acid and she asks you a question, you just fuck up. So I left. I went out. I go, perfect. She's going to be out fucking early. I could stay out all night. We did the acid. We had the fucking beer. And then the cops came to our party behind the high school, and they ruined everything. So we started running, and then on the acid was hitting me, and I'm fucked up. And I hooked up with this girl. She's like, run this way. And we hid behind this little mosquito hut, like where you go when the mosquitoes are out in the summer. And she's like, you want to make out? And we started making out. And I sucked her tits a little bit. She had really big tits. So the acid fucked me up. Her tits were even bigger on the acid. So I'm like, I don't want to suck your tits no more. And I just ran out of there. I just ran out of there. She's like, where are you going? Holding on to a tit. Where you going? I just ran the fuck out of there. And I ended up like fucking by the high school, and I didn't know what time it was. I was fucked up, and I just said, let me just go home. So as I get home, I see the lights in my house on, and I go to the door, and I open it, and I walk in, and my mom's not fucking home. I'm like, fuck. So I go to my bedroom, and I put the hall light on because I was scared of ghosts. So I left the hall. I'm fucking petrified of ghosts. I left the hall light on just so I was scared, and I would look at the thing, and I went into like an acid haze, and I eventually fell asleep. And, you know, the TV was on, and you're tripping on acid, and you're sleeping. And then I got up like at 3, and I looked at the door, and the light was still on. And then I went back into my acid haze, and I heard her calling me. Jose Antonio. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going downstairs. I'm not hungry. The acid, you know, I'm not hungry, so why am I going to go downstairs? She's going to see that my eyes are dilated. Fuck it. So she called my name a few more times, and I just played possum, and then I went back to sleep, and then I got up again a little while later, and the hallway light was off. So I said, it's safe. Let me go out there and piss. So I went out to my bathroom. I went to piss. When I went to piss, I seen her door was still open. And I'm like, fuck, I got to face her now, because she's going to hear that I went to the bathroom. I go, fuck it, let me go downstairs. I heard the water on, like she was washing dishes or some shit. And I walked down the stairs real slowly, and when I went around the kitchen, I looked into the kitchen. I didn't see her by the dishes, but when I looked down, she was on the floor dead. Her arm was purple. And I went over to her, and I touched her pulse, and I said, I fucking knew she would never find out I got left back.
It's fucking darkness.
You think I'm fucking kidding you? That's the first thing that came to my mind with my mother on the floor. I'm like, she never found out I got left back. I fucking knew it. Then I dialed 911. I started crying like a pussy. That's a true fucking story.
What?
And that's why I don't lie today. That's the reason why I don't tell a lie today, because I learned a valuable lesson. I lied, and I spun like a Bernie Madoff type thing. Like for 4 years, it was like a fucking Wizard of Lies, and it was my mother. And when I found her dead, she never found out I got left back. But that's the reason why I don't lie. That's my fucking story. Thank you.
Wow.
Joey Diaz, everybody.
So I know it's not your typical style. It's a little bit heavier than what you're used to.
What?
But this is why everyone calls him Uncle Joey, because he puts knowledge. He gives people knowledge, not just funny moments. This was one of his most serious routines that I've seen. I haven't seen all of them, but I think it's important to spread this message. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be leading a lie or living a life full of lies, because you never know when you can see someone you care about for the last time.
That was intense.
Very intense. When I first heard that, I was like, oh my, I didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I have absolutely no words. I was waiting for him to be like, nah, I'm kidding. She wasn't dead. Da, 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 da. But he was like,
That's why when you said, like, you know, has one of those voices I'm not a fan of, I'm like, yeah, but you have to meet Uncle Joey. And you know what? I probably should have introduced you to the one before that where he talks about the beef with the Catholic nun, or when he was in,
maybe.
Because that one, there's more funny moments, but I just felt that this was important, not only for you, but for a lot of people to hear.
Man, that was intense.
It's crazy, though. He was like, I knew it. Like, I knew she would never find out, but living a lie for 4 years and being held back.
Yeah. I can't believe he got away with that.
I mean, you think about intercepting every letter, any parent-teacher conference.
Well, if your mom is working 2 jobs, you know, like, yeah, it's way easier.
Remember, what does this sound kind of similar with a bar and stuff?
Uh-huh.
That was kind of my situation growing up. I lived with just my mom,
come
and
over
she
there and start to work.
yeah, my mom, she always worked at a bar, and
The dry humping. Okay.
what in 7th grade? Yeah, a lot of that. Should I expand more?
No.
Guys, thank you so much for watching with us. We're gonna check out some other ones too from Uncle Joey. Guys, go subscribe to the man, the myth, the legend. I'm just gonna say the legend, not even a myth, just a
No,
legend.
he's not a myth. He's real.
Yeah, he's as real as it gets, man. That's why I like him. You know what else I like too is like when he does podcasts and shit. He doesn't sugarcoat shit. He'll tell you like right to your face if like you're fucking being a dick or something. Like if you're going to like a bad trip, like he'll drive right over to your house and sit there with you and go on the trip with you and be like, "I'm with you, dog."
Hell.
Like no, he does it on
That's-
purpose. Like,
right.
He'll go hop on a plane and pop a bunch of edibles, and he's like, "I like that freaked out, paranoid feeling."
Oh,
So he enjoys that.
that's really interesting.
It's a lot of stuff from Joey I think she needs to check out. Guys, if you guys enjoyed this and you want us to check out more Joey, or maybe you guys have better suggestions. I'm limited to a lot of his routines. I've only seen like 2 or 3 with you guys maybe. I think I was getting issues from Comedy Central or whatever the hell this channel is. But I want to do right, and I hope you guys go subscribe, promote them.
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah, it's something. I always have issues with some comedy stuff, with swearing and posting them. It is what it is. I got issues with every. We have issues with every video, babe. But is there anything you want to add to this before we bounce out?
This was really good. Very different. I was not expecting a dark twist, but
I like when he said I was sucking her titty and then I ran. He's like, she was in there holding her titty. Like, where are you going? Oh man, there were some good moments. It's like you could tell the crowd too was kind of like, I don't know when to laugh now, because he's very serious.
It's like, is this supposed to be funny?
No, I mean he's spitting game. He's like giving life lessons. I like when someone's authentic. You don't need to overreact or be overly punchliney and over. You know what I'm saying? Like overdo it. I like it when somebody's just themselves.
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, "And that's my fucking story," and just walks off.
Peace out.
Exactly. I like that style. But we love you guys. Thank you for watching with us. It means a lot. And again, try not to. We all lie. It's a part of life. Just try not to let them carry on for that long, and try to right all those wrongs, man, because you never know when you can see someone for the last time. We love you guys. Stay safe. It's on to the next one. Anybody here dealing with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, PTSD, addiction, a bad breakup, whatever the case may be, shoot me a message. I'm always here for you guys. My Instagram's linked in the description down below. I mean that. You don't have to subscribe or anything or follow me or nothing. You can make a burner account. As long as you don't troll me or send me links on Instagram, we're all good. They'll send me like links and I can't click them anymore.
Link.
Yeah, but we love you guys. Thank you so much for giving us a platform. And again, one last time, please promote these artists and hit subscribe if you guys enjoy. There's going to be a little box that pops up next to this beautiful young lady. Do me a favor, click that box. We hope you guys enjoy. You ready?
Off we go.
Off we go, guys. Stay safe. On to the next one.
Peace.
It's heavy, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be thinking about that later tonight. when I go to bed and be like, shit.
You gotta think about that when it comes to your parents and stuff.